Hey, what's up, VC? This week I've got my finds from the 2017 DFW record show, so let's just get right into that. I only have 145 to show. It's the Beach Boys' Darlin' with Here Today picture sleeve on the Capitol label. Really love the song Darlin', and Here Today is from Pet Sounds, so you know, not a bad B-side, even though it's not a rarity or not album track or anything like that. These next two are from the same seller. Keeping up with the Beach Boys, we got Summer Days and Summer Nights featuring California Girls, re-recorded version of Help Me Rhonda, Let 'Em Run Wild. Great songs here. Record's pretty good shape. The cover is not as great, but I never really see this one, and this was only like $5. Oh, by the way, whatever I guess you call it the average price paid, in terms of how many you bought versus how much you spent. I think these are about $3.55 each total, so not a bad price point for these. Kind of beat up copy of Paranoid by Black Sabbath. I've just been looking for a nice playable copy of this for a long time. These kind of go up there in price, but nice to have. It's on the original green Warner label. Next up from same seller here, or different seller, but these two from the same seller. You know what I'm trying to say. This is Cream's first record, Fresh Cream, featuring I Feel Free, NSU, I'm So Glad. Pretty good debut album from Cream. Cool to have. Atco. Next up in the Electra 4000 series, this is Rhinoceros, Satin Chickens. I haven't listened to these yet, but I understand it's like it's less psych, more hard rock from what I've heard. Still pretty excited to listen to this. And then from yet another seller, really nice VG Plus copy of The Doors' Waiting for the Sun. Looking for this for a while. The record's VG Plus, and the cover was super nice. I always see this kind of beat up. It's on the original gold Electra label. And then this is pretty cool too. The Who sings My Generation. This is a repress from 67, I believe, 66, 67. Stamped by Dan Witt, whoever that is. What can I say? You know, My Generation, kids are alright. I think this is their debut. These next three from a different seller. This is pretty cool. This is Spencer Davis group, I'm a Man. Featuring the song I'm a Man from I Know It from Mad Men. I don't really know any of the other songs on here, but you know, I'm excited to listen to this. This is arranged by Steve Winwood, so that's pretty interesting. I think, yeah, I guess Winwood was in this band before he joined, or before he formed Traffic with, you know, Capaldi and Mason and those guys. Next, Iron Butterflies Ball. I think this is like their second record, I want to say, second or third. This is not the only Iron Butterfly record I got last weekend, so got some more of that. And this is pretty cool. Looking for this for a while. This is Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense. This is a record club edition for RCA Music. The cover's a little warped. It has that warped kind of effect. The record's easily like near mint. Super nice playing copy. Cool to own. He had that price of $5. That was really neat. I never really see that around me anywhere cheaper than like minimum 15 or 20. Next up, a local store was at the convention. They Forever Young Records. They had everything in their boxes priced at $5 each. So I got two Jefferson Airplane records. I think this is their third one. After Bathing at Baxter's. This is original Black RCA label release. They had this price initially. I mean, they left the price stickers on there. I took it off, but they had this price at $35, and that's kind of the main reason I never really make my way into that store. One, it's not that close to me. Two, everything there, while cool and usually in good shape, is a little bit overpriced even for, you know, record store standards. Next up, I think this is their next one after that, Crown of Creation. Yeah, that's what it's called, the Crown of Creation. I haven't heard this one yet, but you can't really go wrong with Gray Slick era Jefferson Airplane. Next up from another seller, this is Mume's Peel Session. Mume, or Mum, whatever you say it, they're like an Icelandic band. They're electronic experimental alternative, and these are some live recordings of them, so I never really see anything by them at all. Nice to pick up. Everything else I have here are dollar bin finds. One of my local haunts, Vintage Freak, they had about, I think they said like over 12,000 records, and rather than going and trying to price all of them to just try to get rid of them as quickly as possible, they just had them all at $1 each. So you know, that's the first booth I hit up right when I got there, and I ended up getting the most records from that. So these are pretty much alphabetical, not in any particular order other than that. They were all $1. This is Joe Cocker's, I think it's self-titled, maybe with the exclamation point. Not his best. I think I like the other one with a little help from my friends on it. But this does have a cover of Bird on the Wire by Leonard Cohen. It's got a Bob Dylan cover. Oh, She Came In Through the Bathroom Window from Abbey Road. Pretty cool, like his voice, you know. My mom made the comment, I think that's the youngest picture she'd ever seen of him. I was like, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, pretty cool for $1. I always see that around me for $5 or $6. Most of these, I definitely think they're worth owning, but not for, you know, even like the $3 or $4 that some local stores or like a Half Price Books would charge. And Half Price Books, again, I complain about them like every single video, but their prices keep going up and up. So yeah, I'm just happy to own some of this stuff at $1, especially in this condition. Like this, Iron Butterfly and Agata Vita. For $1, can't go wrong, nice clean copy. Obviously the title track, the 17-minute long Agata Vita is pretty famous. This is the Love and Spoonful Daydream. Pretty typical mid-60s pop, you know. It is what it is. I'm a fan, I like it. Same thing with this, Sergio Mendes in Brazil, 66, presented by Herb Alpert. They do a cool version of Day Tripper on here, and Spanish Flea also. I like the kind of bossa nova aesthetic. Again, wouldn't pay any more than like $1 for it. I would get more of these, except even my local Half Price Books always has them at $3 or $4 each. Not really worth it at that price point, I don't think. Next up, Quicksilver Messenger Service Happy Trails. I think this is the 80s repress that has a barcode. It's on the green Capitol Dome label. But this is like a VG Plus copy. I've only seen this kind of, obviously originals, you know, if they're clean, they're a little pricey, or pricier than I would like to spend on this. But this is a pretty cool late 60s record. Cool cover, has a Western theme, pretty nice. Notable tracks in here, Who Do You Love Part 1 and 2. I love the sequence of songs on side 1. Is Who Do You Love, you can see it there. Who do you love, when do you love, where you love, how you love, which do you love, and who do you love Part 2. Pretty nice. This one, I would call it a guilty pleasure, but I'm not really guilty about it. This is Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, Night Moves. Love the song Night Moves. Again, always see this at $3 or $4. Record's got some ringwear, or the cover's got some ringwear. Record's pretty nice. Same thing with this group called Smith. I see this album a lot. Never for just $1 though. This is a nice clean copy. I forget what their kind of bigger song on here this is. It's probably just the first one, I'll Hold Out My Hand. Yeah. Oh, they do a Rolling Stones cover, Let's Spend the Night Together. Have to check that out. I haven't heard this full record, obviously. But can't really go wrong with that cover, can you? Next, Spirit, 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. Cool cover. This one needed a good wipe down. The cover was pretty dusty, and the record's pretty nice, like VG Plus. Cool to have. Next is Steppenwolf. I think this is like their third or fourth. At Your Birthday Party. It's got that cool gatefold cover where the front has this like cloud shaped cutout, and the artwork on this is pretty bizarre. It's like an old sketch drawing of artwork of like maybe it looks like a World War I bell or something like that, except someone sketched over with Mickey Mouse heads on everybody. Don't know what the deal is with that. And then 10 years after, I see this one talked about a lot, Space and Time. Supposedly this is, you know, they were a psych band. They got into more of the prog / harder rock stuff as, you know, the 60s went on into the 70s. So I've always wanted to check them out for $1. It's a good place to start. Next up I got, I'll show these two together. Two Uriah Heep albums. I think that's like their first and second, or their second and third, or something like that. I see this one all the time, always for $5+ I never really see this one that much, but when I do, it's, you know, same thing, five or more. These are both pretty clean. I love that. I think they're both Roger Dean artwork. He's pretty famous for making lots of prog rock album covers. And musically, I think this is supposed to be more hard rock into prog again. You see a lot of that kind of stuff for cheap. Next up, two Yes albums. This copy of the Yes album, this cover is easily, you know, VG+, little ringwear there. The record is like near mint. I was really surprised. And these two I grabbed when I was actually about to leave, but they had opened up 2 or 3 new boxes that no one had dug through before. So I flipped through real quick, found these both. And this copy of Fragile has the insert, but not only did it have one, but it had 2 of this insert. I'll take them both out, I guess. Here's the other one. If I can pull it out. Yeah, it had 2 for some reason. I didn't even know this came with an insert originally. It's like a booklet with you know, like band photos and more artwork, and I don't really think there's much in the way of liner notes in here. Yeah, it's mostly just photos, some thank yous in the back, I think. Pretty nice. Again, didn't realize it came with an insert. I'd never seen it with that before. And for $1 for the complete package, you can't really go wrong. Well, that's everything I got. I didn't count how many records that was from the show total. Again, average price point about $3.50 a record. That's you know, not incredibly cheap by any means, especially considering I got like 15 or so dollar records. But for some of the stuff in there, that was pretty cool. I've been looking for that Talking Heads for a long time. That's like the one that I needed to finish my Talking Heads collection. I have just kind of been holding out for some reason. And some stuff in there I've been meaning to find for a long time. Happy to have those. Overall, the show was a big success. I went with my dad. He got some cool stuff too. He found like some Pet Shop Boys, their new record, was like $15 or something. It was on the white vinyl. Yeah, that's about it. I think I'm not sure what my next video is going to be, but I got a little bit of time. I'm recording this on, it's Wednesday right now during the day. So whenever you guys see this, it'll be on Friday. And by then, maybe I'll figure out what I'm going to do for my next video. So thank you guys for watching, sticking through. Let me know if you guys have any ideas for videos, or if you want to, you know, mention something about any of those records that I got, or any suggestions for stuff that's similar to a lot of that, like the 10 years after and the, you know, anything like that. So thank you guys for watching again. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.